A day to remember and pay tribute to Officer Thomas Cottrill. Good afternoon, everyone. I'm Colleen Marshall.
And I'm Mike Jackson. Officer Cottrill was a graduate of Newark High School in 2000, but he called the village of Danville in Knox County home. He was a proud member of the Danville Police Department. Officer Cottrill was shot and killed while on the line of duty Sunday night. A suspect is arrested and is in jail.
Now, Chopper 4 is flying over Newark right now above the funeral procession from Ohio State's Newark campus to Wilson Cemetery.
Now, Governor John Kasich, he has ordered flags at all public buildings in Knox and Licking counties, as well as the State House, to be flown at half-staff today in honor of Officer Cottrill.
Now, Officer Cottrill, of course, 34 years old, and the funeral procession will be making its way to Wilson Cemetery. But let's tell you a little bit about this officer. He was a father of 3 teenage girls who will sadly miss their father, Courtney, Brooklyn, and Alicia Cottrill. He's also survived by 2 stepsons, Cody and Trevor Elliott, his mother, Melissa Osborne, a sister, Nicole Kohlmeyer, who lived in the state of Georgia. Luca, who also is from the state of Georgia. But Mike, what's really remarkable, the turnout of this funeral is obviously not just family and friends. There are police officers from all over the region who have shown up to pay respect to an officer who died in the line of duty.
Brothers and sisters behind the badge always support each other, whether it is Danville, Ohio, Tulsa, Oklahoma, or Detroit, Michigan. They all live by the same creed. And of course, Colleen, we were speaking earlier today, the number of officers from out of town reduced slightly because of that storm that's affecting the East Coast.
Right. Officers from Pennsylvania and West Virginia. You know, we do want to show you earlier, though, there was also an honor guard as the casket was taken into the church. Again, they had to do this at the Central Ohio Training Technical College, where he was a graduate, because so many people were expected. And they lined up then, the flags at half-staff, men and women in blue, lining the sidewalk, standing at attention, giving honor to this man who died in the line of duty. And we've talked about this before. It's not just, you know, first responders, firefighters, and police officers, but men and women in the military as well. They seem to have this family bond that whenever there's a tragedy like this, they can all relate to it. They all know what their families would be going through, and so they want to line up to pay respect. We saw officers from county forces, from the State Highway Patrol, and from police departments from throughout this region who came together to give this young officer the honor that he is due.
This is video that we shot earlier of the body, the remains of Officer Cottrill, arriving at that church. You know, he becomes the 821st member of law enforcement in Ohio to die in the line of duty since records were kept. And just to give you a perspective on this, records were first kept, I guess, in the late 1790. There's been more than 22,000 men and women who call law enforcement their occupation have died in the line of duty. And so, Colleen, is quite understandable why it does reach across city borders, county borders, and of course, state borders as well.
And you know,